Everybody's been talking about the Switch 2, guys. We're in 2025 finally. Now, everybody thinks the Switch is coming out super soon, so stay tuned. We're going to talk about some of the features everybody is talking about. Obviously, none of this is for sure, but there's a lot of speculation on the internet, so make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Alright guys, one of the big new features everyone's talking about is the Switch 2 having magnetic Joy-Cons. Now, the OLED Switch obviously has Joy-Cons that slide on with rails, and they can break if you're not careful, and probably if you drop it or whatever, but the new Joy-Cons on the Switch 2, everybody is saying they're going to be magnetic and they'll just pop right in, and they'll be a lot stronger and a lot easier to basically use, and you won't be able to break them as easy. That is one big thing people are talking about right now, is the new Switch Joy-Cons, which will probably be magnetic. Now, this is what everybody's saying, guys. I can't say for sure, but it is exciting to hear about. Now, the next one, obviously, the new Nintendo Switch OLED came out a couple years ago. It is amazing, but everybody's saying if they have an OLED Switch already, then they're probably going to have an OLED Switch 2. Now, if that is the case, that would be great. Hopefully, they only have one Switch OLED, which is basically more expensive, and then they'll have a lower light switch like this, which is a little bit cheaper. That way, people that can't afford the OLED Switch can still get a cheaper Switch like the Switch Lite right here, which will not cost as much, but will still work as good as the better Switch. Now, OLED screens are amazing, guys. The OLED Switch is beautiful, but these Switches are just as cool, but they just don't, the screen doesn't look as good, but they're still awesome, guys. They play the same games, and that is why I think Nintendo should come out with an OLED Switch, but I don't think they should come out with just one Switch. They should do it just like they did before with an OLED and then a regular light as well. Another big feature people are talking about, everybody is basically saying that the new Switch is going to be bigger than the more expensive Switch right now. Obviously, the OLED Switch is much bigger than the Lite, and it's not as easy to walk around and use handheld. I think the Lite is a perfect size. This is a great size. It's a really good size for a handheld. The OLED is beautiful. It feels more premium. It feels a lot more expensive, but it is a little bit bigger. It does have better features, though. You can take off the Joy-Cons and use it as a remote, which is really cool. You can use it like a remote control, like a PS5, but everybody's saying that the Switch 2 is going to be bigger than the more expensive Switch right now, guys. So if that's the case, it's going to be big. It's going to be like the Steam Deck. So that will be cool, but that is just something everyone's saying, and that would be a huge feature and a big difference from this generation Switch to the new Switch 2. So obviously, another really big difference from the current Switch to the Switch 2 will probably be performance. It's probably going to be a lot more powerful, especially because I think the Switch has been around since, well, at least the original. This is not the original. The original $300 Switch right now has been around for like 7 or 8 years, guys. So obviously the Switch 2 is going to be way more powerful. People are saying that it's probably going to have 4K upscaling and stuff. That would be really cool. And obviously Nintendo needs to future-proof their Switch to make sure it's powerful enough that it will last through the next few years and people will want to buy it. Because obviously, if they just keep the power how it is, why would people buy a new Switch if they could just buy a used one for $100, $200 cheaper? So that is one big deal, and one big difference between the current Switch and the Switch 2 is power, performance, and probably something like 4K upscaling, because the current Switch can already play on the TV at 1080p, which is full HD, but it's not 4K. So that would be great, guys, and that would definitely be an upgrade from the current Switch. So people are saying that the new Switch 2 is going to come sometime this month. A lot of people say next month, and there are people saying June or July. Nobody knows exactly when it's going to come, when a reveal, and when Nintendo will actually let us know about the new Switch and all of the specs and the hardware and everything. So we actually don't know. It's all speculation right now. People are just guessing and trying to find out as much information as they can. So stay tuned, guys. I will make more videos, and I do have a new game system that I want to show you guys in the next video. So stay tuned, guys. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are excited for the Switch 2, because I know I am, and I can't wait to hear more news about the new Switch, guys. See you guys later.